in today's video, I want to do a specific deep breakdown on the Andromeda update. So let me show you the AI employee that I've created that allows you to essentially go ahead and just basically hack the Andromeda system and launch ads like the best experts online are doing so. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to do a specific deep breakdown on the Andromeda update. And there's a ton of different creators. A lot of these creators I respect who are putting the new Andromeda update to use. I've been through a bunch of their videos and I wanted to basically prepare a consensus of what I'm seeing with Andromeda plus what most of the experts are saying, but in a manner that's easy for any beginner to understand. So I've prepared what I think the new way of doing paid ads on Facebook is for any type of business online. We're going to walk through this step by step and how you should now start adapting your ads. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you how I use actually my Andromeda AI employee to basically plan out my entire campaign. Okay, so let's get started. Again, this is from the minds of what I'm seeing online, plus the top creators and what they're actually saying. If you guys want this document to go through it, just comment Facebook Andromeda down below. I'll go ahead and send it to you. Okay, so what is Facebook Andromeda? Andromeda is Meta's new AI ad delivery architecture that rolled out fully in 2025 after 2024 white paper. Okay, so basically what this does is it replaces rule-based audience matching and it moves to one-to-one creative matching. What this essentially means is before we could hack the Facebook's ad systems, if you were very, very, very good at identifying different pockets of audiences, Facebook and you weren't that strong and creative, but you could find like different audience pockets, you could basically deliver your ads to those audience pockets. And even if your ads weren't good, if you were good at finding those targets on Facebook, you would be able to win the race to get those customers. But now what Facebook has strategically done over the last few years has been removing more and more interest targeting options. And that's because it now wants to essentially, it's basically trained their own AI model to match the right ad to the right person. And this all started because previously what happened was Facebook had just a set number of ads to work with, okay? This is pre-AI, okay? Pre-AI, not everybody had the ability to create a ton of image ads and video ads. To create an image ad or a video ad, you had to learn the graphic design skills, then maybe get Photoshop, then get some marketing knowledge, and then create an ad. That whole process took a while. Or you hire someone, not everybody had the budget to hire people to create image ads, right? So it used to take some time. And video ads would even take more time because you would have to send the product out to people. You have to learn video editing. It would take time to create ads. But as soon as AI became a thing and people started using AI tools to create ads, the number of ads that Facebook had to deal with exploded. So what Facebook did to reply to all of these AI ads that were flooding the system was it developed its own AI, Andromeda, to be able to quickly match the right ad to the right person. And because of that, interest-based targeting is sort of gone now. It's basically all creatives, okay? So it uses a deep neural retrieval network that's 10,000 times larger than prior systems, okay? Basically, now the way that it retrieves ads is what Andromeda is. The system that it uses to take an ad from the millions and millions and millions of ads it has in its reservoir to serve that it's going to charge advertisers money for. This Andromeda update is basically how it takes an ad from those millions of ads and then shows it to a customer. But towards the end, it's basically creative has now become the new targeting, and audiences, exclusions, and micro-segmentation do not matter as much as the creative, okay? So for marketers, this is not something to worry about. This is actually something to be really, really happy about, because at the end of the day, we always go back to basic principles, okay? What is a basic principle versus what? Okay, this is basically tactic versus strategy, okay? The strategy to business has always been the best marketing will win. Okay, but a tactic would amplify the strategy. So if you had the best marketing and you had some tactics where maybe you could do some micro segmentation, micro targeting, get an edge over someone else, then you would win. But people started using these tactics way too much. Okay, they would hyper target, and the Facebook ad nerds that knew every setting would win out people that were actually creative and better marketers. But what Facebook has done is basically remove that and level the playing field for everybody once again, which means the best ads will win now. Okay, if you are a better marketer in general, not a better better at statistics or better at messing around with settings. If you are a better marketer, if you are a more creative person, if you can create a more engaging story, if you can create a better ad, if you can have a better visual and something that keeps people happy with using Facebook, Instagram, and happy with the platform, not cheap, very low quality AI ads, you're going to win. So this is actually leveling the playing field. And what does that mean for you as a marketer? It means for you as a marketer, it's time now to start honing your marketing skills, not your ability to tweak different settings. No, it's time to go back to basics. Start learning marketing from the greats. Start reading some Dan Kennedy, some Gary Halbert, understanding customer psychology, understanding what direct response triggers make somebody purchase. Okay, it's time to go back to that and start developing those skills, because people that spend their time developing those skills versus people that started to learn every sort of different setting, right? All of those guys got wiped out. But people who spend their time learning actually why people buy and how to actually move someone to action, those guys won before, will win now, and will win in the future, because strategy overall is going to serve you way better than learning a new tactic, because tactics keeps changing, but the strategy, the overarching way to acquire customers will always win. Because let's say you knew how to make a sale, you knew how to write effective copy, you know how to create great images, you know how to create good websites and good funnels. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're selling online or using a billboard or using newspaper ads or using X, Y, and Z. Okay, if you have the ability to sell something creatively, you're going to win. Okay, now let's discuss the core system shift. Okay, the old system relied on manual audiences and split ad tests. Now we've moved to broad audiences, and Advantage Plus actually handles the audience selection. Before, what you used to do was manual budget tweaks, where you went into each ad set, increased and decreased it. Now with Advantage Plus, let AI reallocate budgets dynamically. Okay, before, what people used to do was hook variations only, where they basically went ahead, it was 3 different hooks, 1 body, and that's how they would test. Now that is no longer something that you should do. Now you should create 3 different distinct ad angles and go ahead and run those ad angles. Okay, because creative diversity is going to be what is more favored by the system. Before, it was ad set micro testing, because you basically go into different pockets of different customers, different interests, different demographics, and try and target them. Now just focus on the broader picture of the ad itself, and then Facebook will consolidate that. Okay, before, targeting used to really go ahead and decide the results, but now creative and messaging will decide the results, which is what it should have always been. Now let's go into the creative structure and testing logic. Okay, so this is a strategy that I learned a really long time ago, which is, why are Facebook and Instagram the biggest social media companies in the world? Okay, it's because they've created a platform that serves content that people like to stay on. So people like to scroll through Instagram Reels because of the content that's being displayed. Okay, and what Instagram is doing is prioritizing content that keeps people on the platform. So content that has more watch time, that has more people watching, sharing, commenting, liking, is shown more than content that isn't. What does that tell us? That tells us that if it's a piece of content that people like, Instagram will promote it, and Instagram's not doing that because Instagram's amazing and great and wants to be creator friendly. No, it's doing that because it's customer focused, because the better content is on Instagram, the better content that's shown, the more people will stay on Instagram for longer, the more ads it can serve to people, the more money it can make. So what does that tell us? That tells us that good content has always been prioritized. So when you are creating content for your ads, think about it from the customer's point of view. Give them a good experience. Share with them something that they didn't know. Share with them something that is informational. Share with them something that will make them feel something. Share with them something that they would actually like, not like report or scroll away from, or is spammy, or is, very overtly negative, or X, Y, and Z. Okay. Yes, you can shock them with the hook. You can do that. But at the end of the day, you have to give them a good experience on the platform. If you do that, Facebook will serve your ads more. And if Facebook serves your ads more, it's going to charge you less. Okay. So essentially, what does that mean? Diversity is king, and the system rewards volume and variety and penalizes repetition. So what AI made possible is thousands of similar looking ads. You could just, and there are so many different, ad platforms that came up where you give it and it'll give you 50 different images. Okay. It's different, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. Okay. So now what you have to do is not focus on 50, focus on 5, but a really good 5. Okay. Each creative should differ meaningfully with style, actor, setting, tone, concept, not just the same hook or caption. Okay. Then build 5 to 10 concepts per campaign. Okay. So let's say you're doing a UGC testimonial, 5 concepts, 5 different UGC, or 5 product demos, or challenge, or humor. So this is basically, you could either do 5 different UGCs, or when you're launching, do 1 UGC video, 1 product demo video, 1 challenge video, 1 humor video, 1 doctor demo, 1 before after, 1 unboxing. So 5 different ways of approaching the same person. Okay. And every 2 to 3 days for active accounts, refresh creatives. Okay. You got to feed the machine what it wants. You got to give it new creative. So what paid ads will become to is not the distribution, because Facebook's taken that away from us. Facebook's taken the distribution away from us, and it's now going to become how you can essentially give Facebook what it wants, which is good content. That's what it's wanted from organic for a really long time. And with AI crap coming in droves, what Facebook just did is like, no, you can use AI, but if it's not good content, we're not going to show it, and you're not going to get sales. Okay. So you got to give it good content every 2 to 3 days. Okay. Message variety matters as well. Okay. So one ad can be emotional, one ad can be rational, one ad can be urgent, one ad can be story-based. Okay. You need to introduce variety. Okay. And the creative obviously now goes ahead and creates the audience. So more variation will equal broader reach, will equal lower CPC and CPM. Okay. Now, how do you actually set up your campaign architecture? Before, I was the guy that was saying do target based because it always worked for me. But I'm not going to lie. In June and July, I noticed a big dip, and that's what basically forced me to go into this rabbit hole of understanding the new Facebook campaign architecture. Okay. I've always been a strategy guy. I've always been overarching. Okay. So I never really got a really big hit because my ads were still really, really good. But then what I was doing is I was like, okay, I'm putting too much effort into targeting. I need to just put more effort into ad selection, into creating good ads. So now this is the base structure that I am testing. And, this has been like my consolidation of like 10 to 15 of the biggest creators on the platform and what they're doing as well. Okay. So 1 CBO campaign per objective. So if you're doing sales, okay, or 1 product line, or one US market, or 1 collection, one campaign, turn Advantage Plus on and placement. Make sure that the audience is broad, 18 plus, with the gender filter only if the product requires it. Okay. Other than that, you don't have to change anything. Okay. And you have to only have 1 ad set per creative. Okay. A broad pack. Okay. And basically what you do is you launch 1 per day. Okay. And then you can have multiple ads inside each ad set. Okay. So 3 to 10 variants, and you can basically introduce a video and a photo mix. Okay. So again, 1 CBO campaign, 1 ad set per creative concept, or you can do a broad pack. Okay. So let's say you're doing UGC. Okay. So 1 ad set is just testing UGC creatives. 1 ad set is testing just broad demo creatives. 1 ad set is just testing challenge creatives. Or what you can do is pick 1 from each and then do a broad pack test. Okay. And what it's also saying is launch 1 ad set per day. Okay. You got to launch one ad set per day if you are basically scaling. Okay, launch one per day. Multiple ads inside each ad set. So you can now go 3 to 10 variants. So essentially what it's doing is, if your budget allows, go higher on the variants. Okay. Now, how do we scale this? Okay. So essentially, first we're doing some prospecting, and then we're going to go ahead and scale that. Okay. So what we're going to do is graduate the best ads into its separate scale campaign. Okay. And what we can do is we can do light interest ad set testing to help Andromeda find new pockets. Okay. So what basically we're going to do now is you're going to essentially, I'm going to actually go ahead and do a Canva whiteboard for you. So let's say this is basically your campaign architecture. You have a CBO ad, it's a broad ad set, 18 plus, with maybe USA. Okay. And then essentially you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say this is a video ad, image ad, another video ad. Okay. You're basically running this, and each you're doing a broad pack. Okay. What does that mean? Basically you're testing a variety of different, right? So this is maybe a UGC. This is maybe a before after, this is maybe a doctor recommendation, whatever. Okay, so you're testing a variety. Okay, let's say the doctor recommended image ad outperforms everything else. So basically what you do is you can essentially go and start another CBO campaign. Okay, another broad ad set. Okay, but this time all the budget is going to ad number 3. Okay, and you're running this. So basically this is the CBO campaign that you're going to use to find your winners. And once you find a winner, you basically scale it in its own broad ad set. Okay, that's what this is essentially saying. Okay, and basically what you're going to want to do is keep the creative volume high. Okay, so avoid 20 micro campaigns. Just run a few CBOs with depth. Okay, run a few CBOs with depth. That means instead of running multiple different ads, just run a few CBOs where you're continuously testing new creative. Okay, when you're continuously testing new creative, and then the creative that performs, you go in here and you basically go ahead and take that up. Okay, so let's look at the scaling process. Okay, the graduation process means you move your best performing ads, those proven inside your main prospecting campaign, into new places once your ad account is roughly spending 10K or more per month. Okay, so you duplicate your top performing ads and place them inside a separate scale campaign. The campaign is designed to give those proven winners more budget and freedom, and let the algo spend aggressively where the best ROAS potential exists. It's still broad, still CBO based, and often uses the same creative pack concept, just focused on winners only. Okay, so essentially when you're at that level, let's say 3, 4, and 5 are really outperforming everything else. So you give CBO, okay, you go broad again. Okay, this is the ad set level. You go broad again. Okay, but this time it's only 1, 2, and 3. And then you give 1, 2, and 3 like a big budget to go ahead and crush it. Okay, but if you're not at this level, you're basically, all you're doing is just rinsing and repeating this, right? It just frees up your time to not focus on ad set and just focus more on creatives. If you guys want to work with my team to create your creatives for you, check out White Label Dropshipping down below. That's where we create ads for you as well. Okay. You also take the same top performing ad, say Creative 5, and duplicate it into a new interest-based ad set. Okay, so what you can also scale as is, let's say number 3 is performing really well. Instead of putting it, you can still put it into a CBO, okay? And you can basically let it test on the broad ad set as well. But what you can also do is go CBO, okay? And then let's say you find like a general health interest, okay? So just go health, okay? Let's just go health. And then you basically go ahead and test number 3, because maybe now that you have so much data, maybe it can go into health specifically and start looking for prospects for you here. So that's another way that you can basically scale. The goal isn't to micro target, but rather create a lightly interest layered environment that helps Meta's AI discover new profitable audience pockets. Okay, it's basically putting your best ads in a hyper competitive environment so the algo can spend where it's most likely to make money back. Okay, so your prospect campaign feeds the machine with data, and once your ad converts efficiently, you graduate it and scale it harder. Your structure keeps your account clean. You're not constantly launching new campaigns. You're just promoting proven assets into new lanes with more room to grow. Okay, so now remember, it's creative volume over campaign count, right? So if you run 20 small campaigns, you crush Andromeda's efficiency because each campaign restarts learning and you split signal volume across too many budgets. So the algorithm can't properly match the right creative to the right person. So the best thing now is to run only a few consolidated CBOs with many ads and concepts inside. Okay, so the best thing to do is this: go CBO, go broad, and learn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think when you're ready to test another one, it's not always important that you create another CBO. Just go another broad, okay, shut this off, okay, and launch 5 more, right? Because you don't want to restart the learning phase, right? It's already gotten a ton of data from here, okay? Just go like this and keep it scaling. Okay, keep it scaling. Focus on creative diversity, not campaign quantity. Andromeda's power lies in testing lots of creatives within a smaller number of broad campaigns. Okay, so again, how do you do this? Okay, step 1, prospect. Broad CBO campaign where you test lots of creatives. Step 2, scale. Only your best ads duplicate into a separate CBO for higher budgets. Okay, so first you prospect here in your main CBO. Once you find something that's good, put it in your scale CBO, okay? Put it into your scale CBO, okay? Interest ad set, a parallel test using light interest to expand new profitable audiences. Golden rule, don't multiply campaigns, multiply creative volume. Andromeda thrives on data depth inside few broader structures. If I could summarize everything into one line, this is the line I would use, okay? I'm gonna highlight it for those of you guys that are going to read this later. Andromeda thrives on data depth inside a few broader audiences. Now there's a bunch more stuff that we can go through, but I'm going to keep this video shorter and allow you to read through some other stuff a little bit more, okay? Because I don't want to basically bombard you with too much information, but I don't want to think through all of this. And whenever I don't want to think through something, I create an AI employee to do this, okay? So let me show you the AI employee that I've created that allows you to essentially go ahead and just basically hack the Andromeda system and launch ads like the best experts online are doing so. But the AI will guide you step by step, hold your hand like a good tutor and show you exactly what to do. And if you guys are interested in getting my AI employee, it's going to be the first link down in the description, or join White Label Dropshipping where you get access to all of my AI employees, plus my team's help to actually create your creatives for you and launch your ads alongside you. Okay, so let me show you exactly how to use Andromeda, my Andromeda Facebook AI ad employee. Okay, so it all starts with a master prompt. Okay, as soon as you put this prompt in, it basically changes this ChatGPT chat into your Andromeda AI employee, and it'll provide you a starting plan and a scaling plan. Okay, but before it can get started, and this is basically, I've trained it on everything that I know about Andromeda and everything that everybody else knows on Andromeda. Okay. And so essentially what you're going to basically have to give it is the name of your product. You have to go basically fill all of this out of what your product is. You're going to have to give it your AOV, your key objections, proof of assets, compliance notes if you have, the angles that you're running, okay, 3 to 5 angles, your target user, your budget, your pixel status, your geography, and the creative inventory that you have, okay? Once you give it all of this, it's going to go ahead and provide you a plan. So basically, I actually fill this out properly for my particular product that I'm scaling, which is the collagen face mask. If you haven't seen the video, I think we released it 2 days before this one. Okay, so I filled out all of the stuff, and this is what it does. First, my AI employee does is essentially understand the product. Okay, so basically, it's gone ahead, showed me, okay, you're selling it at this price. This is the cost that you basically sell it at. So your processing fees is this much. This is probably your gross margin. So your break-even ROAS is 2.33. So you need to at least spend 2.33 to be able to break even. Okay, and your break-even cost per acquisition is $14. Okay, this is the CPA target that you basically want to hit your break-even ROAS. Okay, and for those of you guys who don't understand this, you need some help. You need to be able to understand these levels. Go ahead and look up these. Break-even ROAS is what your return needs to be for your business to break even. Break-even cost per acquisition is how much you need to spend on acquiring customer to not lose money. Okay, that's the easiest way I can explain it to you. But if you don't understand this, you shouldn't be running Facebook ads. You should be doing a little bit more research, okay? Anyways, what are the KPI benchmarks? So your CTR needs to be this, your CVR needs to be this, your CPM needs to be this, and your goal is this, okay? Now, how should you set up your campaign with Andromeda? It's gonna show you, select one objective, set up one campaign. This is the attribution, and set it to $50 a day. Because it understands your product's cost and fulfillment and processing, it's going to go ahead and set up this budget. It's going to tell you to keep audiences broad. It's going to tell you these are your audience settings, and it's going to tell you to do a broad pack. Perfect. Okay. So then it's going, because I told it that I had different creatives, so it told me to do a broad pack. Had I told it I had only UGC, it would show me how to segment my UGC, okay? So I told it that I had these 6 different ads, so it showed me how to basically, have my creatives loaded up. It told me what copy mix I need to do, and it basically told me how to, this is basically my, first campaign setup, and then finally it's also showed me how to basically scale this, right? So in the morning, this is my daily routine with my ads. And guys, this is all you freaking need, man. This is why this is so cool. Like, this is so cool. Like, AI makes shit like this so easy, right? So basically, if you're running ads, this is your routine, okay? Do a morning check. Review the last 3 blended metrics. If your cost per acquisition is under 15 or your ROAS is over 2.3x, increase the budget by 20%. If the CPA is slightly higher, hold the budget. If your CPA is way more than 30, pause the lowest ads one at a time. Every 2-3 days, test a new concept. Every week, duplicate the best ad to scale. This is it. Follow this religiously. That's all you need to do. How freaking cool, man. It has such a in-depth understanding of your ads, and then it's going to go ahead and do this. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't need anything else, okay? Again, I actually created this AI employee for my white label dropshipping community. If you don't know, what we do in white label dropshipping is we basically find the best performing e-commerce stores online. We create white label versions of them. What does that mean? For example, there is this store that's making about $230,000 a month, and they're using this 2-funnel setup, okay? And so what did me and my team do? We found this store, and we basically created a replica store. We found the supplier of China, and we essentially modeled this store very, very closely, but we went ahead and changed the name of the store. And then what we allow our community to do is white label this store and launch it as their own. So when this Andromeda thing came out, my community reached out and said, hey, Ali, we want you to develop an AI employee specifically for Andromeda that teaches us how to basically scale these ads. And this is what I've done for them. This is like my thank you to my community. Guys, just use this, and this is obviously going to be integrated into all of our training, the AI employee plus this Andromeda breakdown, so that they can basically understand how to set up their ads, okay? Now, once their ads have been set up like this is the daily, just follow the daily routine that the AI teaches you. But it all depends on this. Don't skip putting this information in, okay? Put it in properly, please. Answer these questions in properly. Anyways, so then just follow this daily routine and keep going. Keep good. That's it. And then the next creatives produce it. Now, the thing is, we actually produce our creatives for our team. So for all of our white label students, we create your creatives, and we have AI employees in there that create your images. So you have a ton of image ads, you have a ton of video ads, and then you can basically go ahead and scale like that. Okay, so there's nothing else that you need. For those of you guys who just want this Andromeda AI employee, click the link down below. You can go ahead and purchase it or yourself. But to be honest with you, if you really want to make money before Black Friday, if you really want to go ahead and make money this Halloween, you need the entire system that we've gone ahead and developed. Again, click that first link down below. And guys, white label dropshipping, the premier program that I've been talking about for months now, that so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people have gone ahead and worked with me, right? From the start, the white label program started maybe a year ago, and it's grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. We have so many people gone through it, experienced their first sales online, experienced their first success, scale past 10K per month, scale past insane different metrics that they've set for themselves. You guys need to check it out if you're serious about e-commerce and dropshipping, okay? Because this is the type of knowledge, these are the type of AI tools that you get exposed to inside of that community, okay? But anyways, for my white label, this is a message for you guys. Okay. Now that you understand Andromeda, now that you understand your plan, use this AI employee, create your plan, and then go ahead and launch your creatives. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're at the end. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much if you stayed this far. I had no idea this video was going to take this long, but it has. And once I get into something, I can't stop, right? So this is an example of that. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. And leave a comment down below if you want to learn or know anything. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next video. Thank you.